What is up guys, welcome to my channel, it's Bunny the Band. Today's video is mostly for beginners as we are having new players to join Honkai every single day. So if you are veterans of this game, this obviously don't apply to you, but I do encourage you to go in the comments down below to give these beginner players some helping hand. And I'm probably gonna overlook some information, or you might know some more information that I don't because I'm not an expert but a player who has been playing Honkai for 50 days. So I have a little insight and thought I would try to help our beginners when it comes to certain things or aspects of this game, because when you first join Honkai, especially at this time, it can be a little bit overwhelming and there's a lot to digest. So I made this video and try to help out to the best of my ability. And if you enjoyed today's video, go ahead, hit the subscribe button and drop a like. It's greatly appreciated to help out this channel tremendously, and more content about Honkai will be released very soon. Please don't miss it out. Anyways, let's go ahead and jump into it. So like I mentioned, this video is all about guidance for newcomers. We'll first look into the free S-rank Valkyries, followed by how to take full advantage of her crystals and other resources. Alright, let's get started. So new players will be given a S-rank Valkyrie of their choice, which is free of charge, and they are Knight Moonbeam, Lightning Empress, Dimension Breaker, Blood Rose, Sanctuary, Memento, Phoenix, and Shadow Knight. Alternatively, players can also choose to get 420 Ancient Willpower to spend in War Treasure. And I've done a ranking for each Valkyrie based on their performance in the game and their position in the meta. However, if you love a Valkyries for their appearances or a playstyle, by all means go for it, and here it's the ranking. Number 1. Knight Moonbeam. The first one comes with Knight Moonbeam. Knight Moonbeam is an integral part of our physical team with amazing leader skills that gets better as her ranks goes up. I give her 4-star in performance because she has a very strong evasion skill which enables her to invoke Time Fracture on demand and trigger teammates' QTE abilities. This is what gives herself the position of an amazing support in late game, and she is powerful enough for beginners to conquer different story chapters and different stages, so that beginners can gain crystal very quickly, which is very beneficial for them to obtain more resources to upgrade their team. Another thing that worth mentioning is that the difficulty of playing Knight Moonbeam is very low, as there are not much mechanics. All you need to do is to keep spinning in the fight to eliminate your enemies, so it is definitely a good pick as your first S-rank Valkyrie. Number 2. Shadow Knight. Shadow Knight is an excellent elemental Valkyrie which does lightning damage and is very fun to play. No exclusive gear is required to function for carrying you through the entire early game, which is indeed very beginner friendly. Her ultimate transforms her to Eclipse mode, increasing her wave clear ability and damage to a great extent. However, Shadow Knight relies heavily on her ultimate skills as well as her passive to do damage. Her passive Ferocity contributes a large portion to her main source of damage by buffing her lightning damage. So you have to make sure that the buff is there during the whole fight, and you have to earn SP as soon as possible for using your ultimate skill, which raises up the difficulty for playing her a bit. But overall, the performance of Shadow Knight is excellent for beginners. The ultimate is cool and powerful. That's why I give her 5 stars in performance and 4 stars in difficulty. If you guys want to know more about the mechanics and gears of Shadow Knight, comment below and I will make a video about it in the future. Number 3. Phoenix. Then we have Phoenix ranked in number 3 with 5 stars in performance and 3 stars in difficulty. Phoenix is a very strong Valkyrie and is a gear independent elemental support which deals a lot of fire damage. She would be an excellent pick for beginners and veterans alike. She can be the carrier in the early game and the crux for elemental team in the late game. The playstyle is a bit complex as Phoenix has different combos that she can mix out. One buffs her team's elemental damage and the other debuffs the enemies to taking more elemental damage. As elemental Valkyries of all types have a more dominant role in today's meta, picking Phoenix in this stage can be very beneficial for team building. If you guys want to know more about the mechanics behind, comment below and I will make a video about it in the future. Number 4. Momento. Momento is an ice elemental Valkyrie which deals strong ice damage and is suitable for both mobs clearing and boss fights. However, the gear threshold is quite high and ice epithelium is a rather important requirement for playing her. Yet her solo ability and mobility is the reason why she is in the top 4. Number 5. Lightning Empress. Then we have Lightning Empress. She is a very strong lightning support with decent damage, which makes her an irreplaceable part of every lightning team. Although when she truly shines is in the late game, but it never hurts to get her early on because she can still be a strong damage dealer. The ultimate and QT is very nice and that's why she ranked in number 4. But apparently if you are new to the game, the priority of getting her at this stage is quite low. Instead, a higher priority should be given in obtaining more carriers before you move on to the support. So unless you have 1 to 2 core member of the Lightning team, choosing Lightning Empress might not be your best choice. At last we have Safe Serenade, Dimension Breaker and Blood Rose ranking at the bottom. Safe Serenade is also an Ice Elemental Valkyrie which is very easy to play with free equipment available. Through her mobbing focused mechanics means that you shouldn't expect her to perform well later on. Although it's indeed strong in the early stage with cool abilities, it's not that impactful in late game. So I rated her performance and difficulty as 2 stars and 1 stars respectively. Blood Rose is a fire elemental Valkyrie which can do plenty of burst fire damage. She relies heavily on her ultimate which buffs her damage by continuously burning off her HP, so HP control is crucial which levels up the difficulty of playing her. Her performance doesn't stand out in this meta and the HP controlling mechanics is the reason why she comes at the last. Dimension Breaker is an obsolete Valkyrie which doesn't fit the current meta. Apart from her alright leader skill, she can invoke a small AoE time lock to a target whenever she switches in. She's not really recommended to be a choice at all. So that's all for our free S-rank Valkyries, and next we're going to talk about the crystals, which is the most important resources in this game because we use crystals to buy stuff in the shop, we pull Valkyries and gears, it's all about crystals. So how do we obtain crystals? As I know, there are 6 major ways to gain crystals. If you know more, please comment below and share with us. To begin with, by getting 15 stars per 5 stage, you are able to obtain 30 crystals, not to mention that you'll also be given extra 15 crystals per stage if you complete all the challenges. The second way for us to gain crystals is from the Infinity Abyss. By completing Abyss, which is the main source of crystals for F2P players, you can gain a decent amount of crystals. The amount of crystals that you can gain will differ among different tiers, especially if you are new to the game and haven't built a complete team. It can be problematic for you to outshine the other players in the higher tiers, but overall the return for participating in Abyss is very decent. Then we have the Daily Duty, which is another method for gaining crystals. The dailies are the mission that you want to do it every single day for their 40 crystals. Although the amount of crystal gain in one day isn't that much, the aggregate amount for completing your dailies can still provide you 1,200 crystals in 1 month, which is kind of nice. Then we have the Battle Pass reward. As you progress your Battle Pass, you can get crystals along the way depending on the level. The reward on BP is very fruitful and it's definitely a boost for you to improve your team, so make sure that you don't miss it. Then we have the Armada shop, which gives you 25 free crystals every week. Joining Armada can be very beneficial for players as you can seek help and ask for resources from members, and also you can get lots of reward every week and to buy lots of stuff in the Armada shop. And the last way for us to gain more crystals is from the events. For example, the Valkyrie trials and the other event which allows you to farm crystals, and most of these events is low in difficulty, so it basically gives you free crystals. So make sure that you have passed through all these events to maximize the crystals that you have. So that's all for today. I hope you guys enjoy my first video on YouTube, and I'll try to improve the quality of my video. So if you like today's video, it would be awesome if you can drop a like down below. Your support is my biggest motivation, and I'll constantly upload the video on Saturday and try to bring up some more information about Honkai. So please subscribe my channel for the latest video. Peace.